And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to new distributor training for Saturday morning. Very excited about this morning's training. Got a lot of things to share with you. First, I got to do the prerequisite stuff. My name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with ZJ International, and I endorse this message. This morning, I want to extend a very special welcome to those of you that are joining us for the very first time. We've had just outstanding growth over the last couple of consecutive periods. Everybody is starting to sense the incredible positioning of ZJ International today in the marketplace. And one of the artifacts of going into momentum is a dramatic increase in new activity and new enrollments. And so certainly a special welcome to all of you that have joined us this morning, but in particular the new distributors. And I want to do a couple of things for those of you that maybe you're brand new to ZJ, just starting this journey with us. There's always a few people that really haven't made that decision yet to get involved in your own home-based business, working with ZJ International, and maybe kind of, testing the waters, see what kind of support is available, see what kind of training is available. And so what I want to do here right out of the box is to get you some information you're going to want to have. Because see, we call this Saturday morning new distributor training, and it's a little bit of a misnomer. While we focus on the activities, the visioning that's necessary to create success in your own home-based business, we don't do the same thing every single morning. That'd be kind of a poor utilization of time. So what I've done for the brand new distributor, whether this is your first opportunity to be involved in your own business, or whether you've been involved in the network marketing or multi-level marketing profession in the past, I've prepared a few little training videos to help give you that firm foundation. It's a foundation that I received 30 plus years ago. I think we're at 34 years ago now. I entered the network marketing profession. I was a cross-country truck driver at the time. I've been running 18-wheelers cross-country for several years, looking for a way to provide for my family at a much higher level. Some of you have heard the story real briefly. My older boy was hitting school age at the time, had a lot of educational challenges that the school district was not going to provide the resources for. And so I found myself as a much younger man in need of creating substantially greater income than a truck driver can make, but also needing to be able to have time freedom, flexibility in my day-to-day and hour-to-hour schedule to be able to be part of his life, to be instrumental in helping him become everything that he could become. And the only place that I was able to find those two ingredients, substantial income and time freedom, was in this profession of network marketing. And I was very fortunate that that very first company has provided some of the highest level training that's ever been available in the network marketing profession. And so what I've done is I've compiled now 3 decades worth of knowledge and experience into a few short videos. And I want to give you that. For those of you that are on your computer, you'll see this link in the chat box. For those of you that are using your smartphone, tap the screen, you'll see the little icons at the bottom, and you'll see the little chat box. And I encourage you to check these links out. Hang on, let me do this. www.youtube.com/Fred Holmes ZJ. Now that first link, that is to my YouTube channel. There you will find deposited all of the recordings of the presentations that myself and several of the other team members do. Our Thursday evening business presentations, great tools for exposing people to the opportunity, but exposing them correctly with a short or small amount of information about our company, our products, and our opportunity. But most importantly, interviews with different people from different walks of life who've been able to take this type of vehicle and provide for themselves and their families and their future through working with ZJ International. You'll find our Saturday morning new distributor trainings that myself and other team members produce will be deposited there as well. Now, what I want to do is I want to direct you to the playlist, www.youtube.com/Fred Holmes ZJ /playlists. Now, that second link will take you to the playlist tab. There's only one playlist there right now. 4 little videos. The first one should be the first one you watch. Okay, and again, whether this is your first entry into network marketing, or even if you've been involved in the past. One of the things that struck me on our Thursday night presentation, business presentation this past Thursday, 2 days ago, was a comment that my guest Dee Dee Shaw made. She had been involved in network marketing in the past, and she made the comment that in her first 8 months with ZJ International, she had surpassed the income that she had received in 8 years in a previous multi-level company, and it had everything to do with understanding exactly what it is we're doing here, and a system that applied correct activities to create success. Now, that first little video that you'll find there is called New Distributor Training, and it's specifically what people need to know, what it is we do and how we do it. I encourage you to take the 30 minutes to review that video. Now, you'll find 3 more additional videos on that playlist. They're about 10 minutes apiece, so maybe another 30 minutes of your time to review. And those 3 videos combined would be what I would call the fast start training. So you have new distributor training, what we do and how we do it, and then fast start training with those 3 additional little videos, 10 minutes apiece. And what you're going to see there are the elements that have been compiled over 3 decades, refined to give you exactly what it is, a path, if you will, to what you want to do to accomplish your goals with your ZJ business. Now, that would be, if you will, the prerequisite for Saturday morning training, okay? Now, each Saturday, myself and other team members, we bring particular topics to the forefront. Over the last few weeks, we have been doing several things. We've been talking about, the system. We've been talking about setting up DMO, daily method of operation. You've had some tremendous training over the last few weeks, and it's been focused on preparing you for what is about to happen with ZJ International. Something I need to share with you, and it's very hard to have this perspective unless you've been around this type of business for 3 decades. You've had the experience of being able to work at very high levels with multiple companies. When I was first introduced to ZJ International, I'd already retired. I'd been involved in the industry. I was able to create a retirement level of income, enjoy, in my mid-40s, what most fellas wait until their mid-60s to accomplish, but yet be able to do it at a much higher level. When I was introduced to ZJ International, it had the foundational elements of what would become a multi-billion-dollar-a-year company. Something that would be, multi-decades long, something that could become multi-generational income, the great nirvana, if you will, of network marketing. When I joined ZJ International, it was very difficult to see that, and I say that because of the number of people that I've known over the last several years that looked at ZJ and passed, or looked at ZJ, got involved, and left. Okay, they did not have the eyes to see, and it's all about frame of reference. Just like an infant does not have a correct frame of reference to understand what toddlers understand, what children understand. Adolescents do not have a frame of reference to understand the things that we as adults try to impart to them. And for most people, it's a very difficult to have looked at Zija in the past and see what it was going to be. But I did, okay, because I've been there and I've done that, and I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly of network marketing, and I saw the potential of Zija. I didn't get involved in Zija because of what it was doing at the time. I got involved because of what it could do. Now, over the last decade that myself and a number of people have been working with Zija, we have been putting together a company that will become one of those very rare companies in the network marketing profession. Multi-decade, multi-billion dollar company that's going to create literally hundreds and hundreds of people receiving six-figure and seven-figure residual incomes long after they're gone. See, one of the things that a lot of people fail to understand, and I think it's kind of an artifact of our profession, you know, multi-level companies come and go, you know, faster than people change their socks, okay? The industry's produced literally tens of thousands of companies over the past 70 years. And yet today, there's only a couple of dozen companies that fall into that category of legacy companies, companies that have been around, you know, 20 years or longer, still in business, have done, you know, billions in sales. Very few companies ever get to that. Now, when you have that frame of reference where you can see through the 99.9% of the you know, the chafe, if you will, to see the true potential of one of those rare companies, that's where you can see Zija International. Over the last several years, we've been putting together the infrastructure in terms of, you know, compensation plan, product diversification, corporate infrastructure, manufacturing, you know, raw material sourcing, and so on. Again, from the corporate position, the corporate leadership with the knowledge and experience to carry us to higher levels. All of those things have been coming together at this point in time. This is the time in Zija that many of us have been waiting for. And so if you could see through my eyes, you would understand how important it is to dial down and become 100% laser focused on the correct activities necessary to get your piece of Zija International. Today's topic, if you're on my mailing list, or you saw the Facebook posting, today's topic was to focus on correct activities. And it's very important to understand you don't need to know what's going to happen, okay? Even if you knew what's going to happen, failure to act appropriately, to engage appropriately, will create no value to you. Knowing if you knew the stock market was going to go from 8,000 points, 8,000, the Dow average 8,000 in 2008, if you knew that was going to go to 25,000, 10 years later, but you did nothing about it, there's no value to it, okay? The value comes in not just knowing what's going to happen, but actually knowing what to do about it. So hopefully you've got your journal out, your notebook ready. I keep mine handy. I actually, I might as well go ahead and show you. I have two, okay? I keep two around. See if I get them both. There we go. I keep two handy. One is for special projects that I'm working on. One is for my daily notations and note-taking. It's important that you get this information down in writing. I want to go through several things very quickly, and then I want to open up for the balance of our time to you to ask your questions. Let me know what it is that I can do to help support your efforts. There's several things that are happening right now. I want you to pay close attention to some of these. Many of you are on the Zija email list, and you got a notice here this past week, just a couple days ago, about new incentives and compensation plan enhancements that'll be coming out on July 20th. Now, why is July 20th such an important date? It will be the 2019 summit for Zege International. This is our worldwide, conference or convention, if you will. We call it Summit. Now, this year, it's going to be a virtual summit. So it is going to be available online. You can watch this from anywhere in the world that you're going to happen to be. There are now, I think we're approaching 24 physical locations where there will be groups of people meeting in hotel rooms and what have you, all dialed into this, international, worldwide live broadcast. On the 20th of July, there will be announcements regarding these new incentives, compensation plan enhancements that are all designed specifically to create a bigger, a broader platform for people to achieve success with our company at a much faster rate. Now, I know I'm going to get asked the question, what are these new changes going to be? I don't know. Okay, and hence one of the critical topics or points for today's training. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know what to do to take advantage of what's going to happen. And see, even if you don't know what's going to happen, so long as you understand that it's going to create a much broader platform, more people are going to be able to get greater levels of success at a faster rate. Note I didn't say an easier rate, okay, at a faster rate. And I point out, don't wish it be easy, wish you're better, okay? Nobody's ever become immensely successful taking the easy path. I often tell people, I'm never going to tell you this is easy. I'm just simply going to tell you it is worth it. How do I know that? Because I've experienced it. My first 3 years in Zege's trajectory was very flat. It was a very linear growth curve. There wasn't a lot going on. When I started, we had one product, and it was our original Moringa drink in a can. Try to sample that out to somebody who lives in New York. It costs a fortune just to ship it overnight to New York. We didn't have much going on. I didn't know what was going to happen with Zege in the future, but I believed it was going to be something really great, or else I would never have gotten involved. But I knew exactly what to do, and in 36 months, working part-time from right here at home, as I care for my elderly mother, I put together a business that has literally created multiple seven-figure profits in the last 10 years. Now, during that 36 months, because I knew what to do, I built a foundation of a business that when Zege went into its first little mini growth curve, when we went from like 10 million a year in sales to 50 million a year in sales, my business literally doubled without me doing a single thing, okay? And it has accelerated since then. So I'm not sharing that with you to brag. I don't want you to be impressed with me. You shouldn't be impressed with me. I know what to do. I've done it before. What you should be impressed with is that the things that I teach are exactly what I did. And if you can do those simple activities and you're willing to do it consistently over a prolonged period of time, you can have similar results. It's as simple as that. Now, what's going to happen on July 20th? I don't know for a fact, okay? What I do know, and I have firm belief in the foundational aspects of our company, that the enhancements to the compensation plan are going to create greater success for a greater number of people within our company. Now, you need to focus on what are you going to do between now and the 20th of July. And we're looking at about 6 weeks, folks. I think we're exactly 6 weeks. I want to draw your attention to an event that took place this morning, okay? David Moses, who's our top income earner, he's our top ranked distributor. That should speak for itself. If you want to learn what to do, go to the the most successful #1 person in the company. That's who you should be paying attention to, okay? Stop paying attention to the people that never did it. Start focusing on what are the people that have done it saying. Now, David did a broadcast live from Israel on how to become a diamond. Now, you can't be on the live broadcast because that already happened a few hours ago, but you can go to Facebook, look for, at David Moses OTW. So David Moses OTW, as in one team worldwide, OTW. And scroll through his timeline and you'll see that broadcast. That's how I heard it, okay? Because I did not get on the live broadcast this morning. You want to listen to what David had to say because he drills down on one of the most important ingredients to creating a large consumer base, which is the development of brand new distributors in your organization. Pay attention to something that just happened this morning. This morning, the company announced the buy two get one free promotion for this cycle. Zija's week is called a cycle. It starts on Saturday morning and it ends on Friday night. And we've got one of our most popular, highest selling products that we've ever had, which is our XM3 capsule, a perfect complement to our weight management program. In a moment, I'll just tell you right now, if you want to take advantage of that buy two, get one free, you need to speak to every single person. For those of you who have existing organizations, every single person that's currently working with you, that's currently ordering products regularly or has in the past, and let them know. They will not know unless you tell them about this promotion. You need to talk to them, every single person, about this as a complement to a weight management program. So for instance, take an existing distributor who's maybe fallen off the product, an existing customer or a brand new person, tell them about the buy two get one free and the basic 30 kit so they can get started on their weight management program, or the buy two get one free and a case of Super Mix and a box of premium tea so they can get on the basic weight management system. That way, the buy two, get one free, that's 80 PV. But would you like it to be 150 PV? Or how about 250 PV? It's real simple when you share that as a complement to an effective weight management system. And folks, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't watch much TV, but the little I watch, I've noticed every single company out there that's involved in weight management is pitching their deal right now. Why is that? It's the beginning of summer. Everyone wants to lose a few pounds, look good on the beach, blah, 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 blah. Folks, pay attention to what everybody else is spending millions of dollars in television advertising. This is something people want to do right now, is how do I lose that 10 pounds I need to look good in my, swimsuit or what have you. So take advantage of that because it's all activities that you're going to want to be involved in. So let's talk a little bit about the focus on correct activities. Right now, and I will give you a little insight, okay? And it's not that I really know specifics, but what I do know is that come July 20th, those of you that have been able to create the largest number of new customers and new distributors in the upcoming 6 weeks will greatly benefit from the announcements that will take place in 6 weeks. Okay, let me say that again because it's really important to hear this. 6 weeks from now, there will be announcements, and one of two things is going to happen. You're going to be hearing those announcements and you're going to say, oh man, I wish I had 10, 20, 50 new customers or new distributors within my organization. Or you're going to say, I can't believe my good fortune because in the last 6 weeks, I got 10, 20, or 50 new customers and distributors in my organization. I'm going to get rich. One of two things is going to happen. Now, you can wait 6 weeks to hear the announcements, to get excited, or you can prepare today so that 6 weeks from now, when you hear those announcements, you will be elated because of the activities that you've been engaged in for the last 6 weeks. Now, some of you are thinking, well, Fred, I mean, that's great if I had all the time in the world and knew a million people to go get 50 new customers and distributors between now and 6 weeks from now. Folks, this is a lot easier than you can imagine. I want you to think about this for a minute. If you get one brand new distributor, one, that's excited about building a business and looking to create some supplemental income, and you take this simple system that I made available to you through those little links, okay? Take that simple little system and help that brand new distributor find two people just like them. Who are you looking for? You're looking for people that would like to make more money, want to have more free time and fun in their life, well, more free time and then more fun in their life. Look for people who want more money, more free time, more fun. Now, think about that for a minute. How many of you know people who would like more money, more free time, more fun? Folks, if you can't think of anybody, you need to get out of the house a little bit, because that's everybody. Talk to 100 people and ask them, if you could, would you like more money, more free time, or more fun? 100 people would say yes to at least one of those things. They may have all the free time in the world, but they'd like more money. Or they may have all the money they need, they just don't have enough free time. Or they may have both, but they're not having much fun. Okay? Everybody wants what we've got. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to do what we do, but some will, and it doesn't take that many. Now, help that new person find just two people like them. When you find those two people for them, you've helped them rank advance. They could become a builder. They could become builder 500 by simply enrolling a couple of people. Now, take those two people that you just helped your new person find and do the same thing with them. Get them in, get them trained, get them going, and help them find their first two. And when you got those people's first two, now you've got 4 people on your second level. Help those 4 people find their first two. And if you do the math, you'll have 8 people on the third level, and help those 8 people find their first two. That's it. It's as simple as helping a person find 2 people just like them. Now, if you do the math, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 30 people, yet you only sponsored 1 person. This concept of building in depth has made me a fortune. It is one of the reasons why in my personal Zija business, I am literally one of the lowest ranked people in terms of recruiting, but one of the highest ranked people in terms of income, because I leverage the power of this profession, of this distribution model, which is I get paid on multiple levels. Every new person that I enroll into my business brings with them 50 or 100 or 200 or 300 people that I do not know and I will never meet. And even if I did, I don't have the credibility in their mind that their personal friend does, or their business associate or their family member that introduced them. I leverage that because I don't have the time to go out and meet 1,000 people hoping to get 100 of them into my business. Okay, it's one of the reasons why I have never been involved in lead generation and all those programs that you can spend a fortune on to get sign up 4,000 people in 27 minutes and while you sleep. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that stuff. I'm just saying I've never used it. Okay, so there's some thoughts for you on how you can hit 6 weeks from now and have 10, 20, 50, 100 new people within your organization. And all I can tell you is what I know. Okay, something is about to happen in 6 weeks that's going to create a platform, a foundation to allow many, many more people to become much more successful at a faster pace within Zija International. And the people that will benefit the greatest from what is about to be announced will be the people that have the largest number of new distributors and new customers in their organization. I'm not saying personally enrolled, within their organization over the next 6 weeks starting today. Now, what activities should you be involved in? Okay, we call them stage 1 activities. It's one of the first topics in the new distributor training video I talked about, the one that talks about what we do and how we do it. Okay, you need to be sharing our product and sharing our opportunity with new people. Okay, however you do that is immaterial. Okay, for some of you, it's going to be, maybe, an in-home party, inviting some friends to come over to your house, show a video, have, one of your more experienced upline support team members sharing a little bit of information. I do that on a regular basis all over, the country and actually now internationally, but I do it via video conference. Okay. I've done training in Poland here recently, but no, I didn't go. I do it right here. This little space that I'm in right now, my little home-based office. This is where I do everything from. Okay, 99.9% of what I'm doing to build my Zija business is done right here via video conferencing or via the telephone. You could do this through, taking your memory jogger list, especially as a brand new person, and start making phone calls. You can join little organizations, lead clubs that meet in the morning to exchange information. You could, attend your church bazaar. There's a multitude of ways to get the message out to people, but it's the stage 1 activities are sharing the product and sharing the opportunity with every person at every opportune moment. I happened to pick up 3 new customers yesterday. Something very rare for me. I left the house. My oldest grandbaby graduated from high school, and there was a little barbecue soiree for her, and so I attended that. And just by wearing the patch, I was able to pick up 3 new customers. Now, I want to share with you one of the techniques for doing that. I simply wore my patch. I had people ask about it, and when they asked, when they asked about it, I did not share information about the product. I didn't talk about the 2 different types of CBD oil. I didn't talk about the technology, the science. All I simply shared was testimonials. I shared how the product has affected me. I shared how the product has affected my mother. For those of you that have, friends or elderly parents or grandparents or what have you that are addressing dementia issues, this thing is a miracle. It is nothing less than, Moses parting the Red Sea. It is that dramatic, the difference in, behavior, affect, and so on. Shared the testimonials of several of my customers, several of my team members. It was the testimonials that got these people to say, I would like to try that product. And because I was not willing to hand out samples at my granddaughter's graduation party, I simply said, let me get your email. I will send you a link. Cost you $100, 30-day supply. Use it. If you don't like it, you're going to get all your money back. And every single one of those people gave me their email address, knowing full well they're going to spend $100 and try it. And if they don't like it, they get their money back. I mean, how cool is that? And that took just a matter of a couple of minutes in different conversations around the area the barbecue was taking place. Did not interfere with what I was there to do. My primary purpose was simply to be with my granddaughter to celebrate her success. Now, however you do this is immaterial. Doing it is the material issue. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't need to know what's going to happen. okay? Because I know this company, because I have firm belief that everything I thought was going to happen has already come to fruition. All the things that I believe are going to happen in the future, everything is being set up for that to happen. I don't know specifically what the details will be, but I do know what to do to take advantage of that. And that is to have as many brand new customers and distributors in my organization, whether they're personally sponsored by me or whether they're personally sponsored by somebody on my 100th or 200th level. I know that the more people that I have engaged as new people over the next 6 weeks, it's going to create the greatest amount of benefit to the organization when those announcements takes place on July 20th. Now, here's my question to you. Do you have a game plan? Do you have a methodology in place that will help you accomplish these activities over the next 6 weeks? If you do not, I'm going to refer you back to the playlist. Okay, in particular, the 3 little 10-minute videos that follow the 30-minute new distributor training video. Review the new distributor training video. Okay, frankly, you should watch that video every single week until you can do that training yourself. That would be my suggestion. I see one of our established successful distributors has joined us today is Amy McKenzie. Hi, Amy. Welcome back from Australia. She just got in, I think, like 24 hours ago from Australia. And where is she? Saturday morning new distributor training. Is it because she needs to hear this? Amy McKenzie teaches this, but she's demonstrating correct activities for her organization. And she's the one that said, listen to the training until you can do the training. Those 3 little 10-minute videos, how to develop a prospect list. Folks, I'm going to tell you right now, if you think you put together your list and you haven't listened to that training video, you have not put together your list. Okay? If you've already done that, do another list. Since the last time you did your list, there are many more people that you can talk to, but you need to use that memory jogger to pull those names back out of the memory bank and get them on paper. Then focus on the game plan, the 90-day game plan, but make it simply a 45-day game plan. 7 times 6, what is that? Oh, that's way too much fun for you guys to watch me do math in my head. However, 7 times 6 is 42, whatever it is, make it a 42-day game plan. The correct activities on a daily basis to accomplish the goals that you're going to want to have, the results you're going to want to have 6 weeks from today. Now, that's what I wanted to share with you. Let me make sure I got everything down here. I believe it was last Saturday, I spent some time specifically talking about DMO, daily method of operation, and how to establish your daily method of operation. I would direct you back to last Saturday's new distributor training to review for the daily method of operation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this up to you. If you have a question, if you have a comment, if you want to share something with me right now that I can help with, I want to be able to do that. This is your time for the balance of our hour. I'm going to check the little chat box here and see if there's anything that I need to pay attention to. Let's see here. Good morning, Nancy. Mom moved here finally. I'm here. Excellent, Diana. Good to have you. I like the lemon juice add-in. I like the lemon juice add-in. Okay. Not sure what that is, Danielle, but okay. Great rising, Fred and distinguished panelists. Good morning. Good morning. Great rising. Very good. Let's see. Laser focus. Hey, Kate. Ooh. Got Kate Ridgely with us. Kate and her husband, Brian, have been one of the most consistent couples that we've ever had, and consistency of activity. You should write this in your notes. One of the key phrases that I've learned 30 plus years ago, and I have not only lived by this, I have succeeded by this. Consistency of activity over a prolonged period of time will always overcome all obstacles. Consistency and persistency overcomes all obstacles. Kate is one of the most consistent people I've ever seen, and she is just rank advanced from bronze, 2 bronze, and then a week later 2 silver, and she's now on her way to gold. I mean, this is phenomenal what they're doing. And something else that I wanted to share with you. If there is a secret to my success, okay, and it's not a secret, I tell people, anybody's willing to listen. One of the critical ingredients that I had to learn very early on is there isn't that much to what we do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Use a product, share, talk to people. Share the product, share the opportunity, and teach others to do the same. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get in, get trained, get going. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's all we do. The biggest challenge that we have is that it's very simple to do, and it's very simple not to do the simple things. For me, this has been very repetitive, okay? For a lot of people that are looking for creativity in their business activities, you may want to, rather than try and find creativity in your Zija business, you may want to buy a guitar or paint in an easel and get that creativity thing taken care of elsewhere. What works the best with our business is to do simple activities over and over and over and over again. For me, this has been it's created a beautiful life that if I'm willing to keep doing the same thing over and over again, I get to do lots of things that people can only ever dream about. Right now, I should have a picture of my favorite beach that I go to twice a year. And the reason I go to this particular beach is it's beautiful and there's nobody on the beach but me. Okay? Lots of people go to beautiful beaches and they share it with all the Club Med people or all the sandals people. And the beach I go to is pristine, it's beautiful, and I'm the only one there. That may not be your goal or your lifelong desire, but it is mine. So let's see. I'm looking here for questions. Some of these are really, really kind of cool here. Congrats to the grandbaby. What do you need to be successful? Okay, Laureen Bess asked, well, she didn't ask the question, we were talking about. What do you need to be successful? Let's take that for just a moment, because that's a great question. And especially for those of you that are relatively new, wondering, and you see some of these incredible things that are going on, like my guest last week, Dee Dee Shaw. Stay-at-home mom, she homeschools, at one time, close to a dozen children at a time, or all hers. She, maintains the family farm. They got chickens and goats and horses and all kinds of stuff. And yet she's managed to become a Zija diamond, okay? How do you do that? A guy like me, average education, blue-collar background, I retired, in my early 40s, and today, the income that I earned in that first 10 years in network marketing, to be able to retire, it's been eclipsed by the Zija business. And you're wondering, these are phenomenal stories. Do I have do I have the ability to do that? Can I really do that? Here, write this in your notes. The 3 things, and the only 3 things you need to succeed. Number 1, willingness to work. You've got to have good work ethics. That doesn't mean you have to have the ability to put in 60, 80, 100 hours a week. It means that you have the personality, you have the integrity, that if you say you're going to work for 1 hour today on these 3 activities, that you do it, okay? Good work ethics. Commit to what you're going to do and then follow through with the commitment. I don't care if it's 1 hour a day you put into your Zija business. That's 6 hours a week. Give you a day off, right? Yeah, worked for the Genesis story. I suppose that that would work here too. If you're going to put in 2 hours a day, then put in the 2 hours a day. Schedule those 2 hours the night before. Follow your schedule. Good work ethics, willingness to work. That's the first ingredient to success. Second ingredient to success, willingness to learn. You must be coachable. The first person to succeed is the one that says, tell me what to do. The last person to succeed is the one that says, let me tell you how I plan to do this. Okay? Unless you've already made $1 million in this profession, I recommend strongly that you listen to the people that have. Until you make $1 million, be coachable and learn from the people that have. Third ingredient, burning desire to succeed. Okay? Decide why you need to be successful. The more important it is that you accomplish your goals, the more likely you will be to accomplish them. When I first joined this profession, as a cross-country truck driver, I ran a sleeper team run, and I did it by myself. Sleeper team runs when you got 2 guys in the truck and they keep it running, 24 hours, right? I did that by myself. I've always been a hard worker. Okay, I didn't know anything else growing up. I didn't have any concept of what the easy life was. I was raised by a single mom. Mom always had a full-time job, a part-time job, and a part-time job. Okay, I didn't know anything other than good work ethics. Okay, number 2, I was incredibly coachable when I started. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you that being real coachable has always been my strong suit. I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to lie. But I was very clear on the fact I did not know how to do this. Okay, my first sponsor, my very first network marketing company, was already $1 million earner. I knew that he knew how to do this. I knew I wanted what he had, and so I became very coachable. I never once said why. I just said, what's next? Number 3, burning desire to succeed. There was nothing more, when I joined this profession, it was to provide for my eldest son as he hit school age. There was nothing more important than taking care of my son. There was nothing that was going to make me quit before I was able to accomplish securing my son's future. Nothing was more important. Okay, when I joined Zija, honestly, I didn't have that need. Okay, but I put into place that burning desire. I made a commitment that I was going to do Zija. My goal was to make $1 million. Okay, I thought that's a nice round number. Let's make $1 million. But my commitment was to do Zija until I made the $1 million. Okay, it wasn't, if it works, if I get so much at a certain point in time. It was until I accomplished the goal. Big difference between people that try and people that will do it until they accomplish their goal. Okay, here's what the difference is. The ones that try typically don't do it. Okay, there is no try, do or do not. There is no try, Yoda, right? So those 3 things I would say are the critical ingredients to success. That's all you need to be successful. And quite frankly, folks, that's all you need. Okay, that's all I brought to the table 34 years ago. Willing to work, willing to learn, burning desire to succeed. That's all I had going for me. I had more hair at the time. It was a lot longer too. Let's see. Consistency and persistence, very good willingness to work, learn. Well, thank you, Bev. I appreciate your kind words. Bev said this has been a great training. Thank you. Also, we'll follow through. All right. I think I got through my list here. See if I missed anything. We got just a couple of minutes left. I'll cover a couple of quick topics for you. But if you have a question, throw it into the chat box. I'll do my best to answer it in the time that we have available to us. We've got this very rare moment in time, folks. And I want you to kind of see this through the eyes of the people that you should be paying attention to. I've known David Moses. For those of you that are pretty new, David's our top income earner, okay? He's the #1 income earner in the entire company. He's our top ranked distributor. He's got the highest rank available in the company. That's somebody you should pay attention to, okay? I'm going to suggest that you want to pay attention to the things that I'm doing, not because I'm all that, okay, but I'm pretty good, right? I've done pretty well. And today I look at David Moses, and he is more focused, more engaged, more excited than I've seen him ever, probably in the 11 years that I've been working with David. Okay, today, relative to my circumstances, I am more engaged, more active, more focused than I have ever been in Zija, with probably the exception of that first 90 days to launch my business. There's a reason for it, okay? It's because of what's happening right now. See, I was with a company that went from that, you know, $100 million a year level of business, you know, about where Zija is today, to the $500 million a year level in business. And I made a fortune during that time. It only happens once, okay? In the lifespan of a company, you only get one chance to be part of that growth curve from 100 million a year to 500 million a year. And if you look at the industry, network marketing as a whole, and you look at all of the top level earners in this profession, they all joined companies where they were able to get in before that major growth curve. If you're going to do anything, doesn't it make sense to be in the right place at the right time? It's simply a matter of being able to have much greater growth, much greater results for the amount of time that you commit to your enterprise. What I accomplished in the first 36 months with Zija, I would literally double or triple those results if I was starting my first 36 months today. Okay, it's pure and simple, and it's just simple math. When the company went from, you know, $1 million, $2 million a year to $10 million a year over a 3-year period of time, that's when I put in my first 36 months. If I was to start today as the beginning of my first 36 months in Zija and go from 100 million a year to 500 million a year, think about it for a minute. What would the difference be? Just simple math. Let's see, we've got a couple comments here. Plant the tree now. Ooh, Lorraine, yes, plant the tree now. Interesting, I was just thinking the other day, I was out in the backyard. We've got this giant manzanita tree growing in our backyard. And I remember when Mom asked me to plant that tree. She was 75, I think, at the time. She was, you know, a decade into retirement. And she wanted me to plant this tree. And it was a little tiny thing, right? Little manzanita bush. They're indigenous to the Southern California area. And I said, sure, Mom. And I was thinking, because she was telling me how they're great for hummingbirds, the little white blossoms, and it would grow to be a big tree and it'd be this so tall. And I did a little research. Typically takes 20 to 25 years for a manzanita tree to grow to full size. Mom was 75. I'm out there digging, she's supervising, planting the tree, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, you know, she wants me to plant the tree, I'll plant the tree. It's going to be 25 years before the puppy's as big as it's going to grow. But what was I going to tell her? You're not going to live for 25 years? Guess what? It's a huge tree. It takes up more space than my orange tree does. And the hummingbirds love it. And it's only been, what, 23 years that's been growing in the backyard. Mary Lou, you're absolutely correct. The very best days are ahead of all of us. Let's see. Thank you. Best days are yet to hear. You are. Oh, Mary Lou, thank you so much for saying that, sweetie. Oh yes, this will be posted in a couple of hours. I'll post it to the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Fred Holmes Zija. I encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and then hit the little marker, the little bell that says notifications. That way, every time one's posted, you get a notification on your mobile phone or what have you. I get it. You know, I post and right away the little thing shows up on my mobile phone here. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it for today, folks. This will be posted in a couple hours. Do not take for granted the simplicity of the activities that are necessary to create success. This is all we do. Okay, if there was more, then we would be teaching it because it would only benefit us. Okay, if there was more to teach you, we would be doing it. This is what you need to do. It's what people like myself, Amy McKenzie, Pat Anderson, David Moses, all of our top income earners have done. These are the things that you should be doing. So with that, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you had at least half as much fun today as I did. I always have fun doing this. And we're going to go get the soundtrack going again here for a few minutes, and then I will be doing brunch with Mom, and then off to the gym. Why am I off to the gym on a Saturday? Because consistency of effort and persistency of effort overcomes all obstacles. Yesterday was gym day, but I was on the road to go see grandbaby and celebrate her graduation from high school. So, in the gym today. All right. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.